The implementation of IFRS 17 accounting standards in the insurance industry has forced a modification of AM Best's annual ranking of top reinsurance groups. Here to discuss these changes is Christie Lee, Senior Director Analytics from AM Best Hong Kong office, and Christopher Pennings, a financial analyst. And Chris, starting with you, this is a much anticipated ranking of reinsurers. Could you walk us through what's changed?
In the past, we've had a list of the top 50 global reinsurers, all ranked on gross premiums written. Now, we still arrive at a list of what we consider the top 50 reinsurers, but given the lack of comparability between financial statements prepared according to IFRS 17 and non-IFRS 17 writers, we have provided two rankings, an IFRS 17 ranking and a non-IFRS 17 ranking. Non-IFRS 17 reporters were ranked according to gross premiums written, while IFRS 17 reporters were ranked on gross insurance revenue. Users should refer to the IFRS 17 ranking and non-IFRS 17 ranking separately. We've also removed the rankings of top life and non-life reinsurers. Finally, we've only included combined ratios in the report, removing the previously included loss and expense ratios.
That's quite a few changes. Clearly, IFRS 17 complicated the process. Can you tell us some of the challenges that you faced?
With the adoption of IFRS 17, we spent quite a bit of time working through the data and developing the best way to display it. Insurance revenue and gross premiums written are not directly comparable, and since companies were historically ranked on gross premiums, this created the most glaring challenge.
And I'd like to add, John, we recognize that it could be misleading if we compare the reported gross premium written with insurance revenue under IFRS 17 for any reinsurer. Insurance revenue is composed of different components from premium written. It reflects revenue to be recognized over the period of insurance service is provided rather than when it is received. Also, investment component is excluded from it. Interestingly, we see that for non-life reinsurers with a large proportional treaty book, they tend to see a larger reduction when measuring in insurance revenue, even though they have strong premium growth. It is because part of the commission is considered as investment component and excluded from insurance revenue, making these measures smaller. Additionally, another challenge is KPI impact. The loss and expense ratios under IFRS 17 are very different, which is why we chose to exclude them. But focusing on analyzing the combined ratio. In regards to combined ratio, it is generally lower under IFRS 17 because of the discounting effect on claims reserves.
Thanks, Christy. Chris, if we take the accounting noise out of the equation, how did the reinsurance market overall grow from last year?
The market conditions dramatically improved for reinsurers in 2023. Rates were up significantly, driving a lot of the premium growth that we saw. Multiple companies reported premium growth of over 20%. Equity for the non-IFRS 17 reinsurers grew nearly 20%, and underwriting results improved with average combined ratios declining up to 10 points from break-even to around 90%.
Next, I would like to talk about the performance of Asia domicile major reinsurers on the list, as we have created an IFRS 17 Asian reinsurance composite. The insurance revenue increased by 8.8%. Combined ratio improved to 91.6% from 94.5% last year under IFRS 17. ROE improved significantly from 0.1% to 9.2% due to improved investment environment.
Chris, how will the methodology evolve next year as more companies adopt IFRS 17?
This remains to be seen. We're going to keep exploring as many avenues as possible, but a lot of that is going to depend on how the disclosures evolve. And we're still in the early days of IFRS 17's adoption. As other companies that we expect to transition to IFRS 17 begin to do so, we'll get more insight into the evolution of disclosures.
That was Christie Lee, Senior Director Analytics from AM Best Hong Kong office, and Christopher Pennings, a financial analyst. You can find the full market segment report online at ambest.com. For AM Best TV, I'm John Weber.